Hello everyone, myself Sagar Gunani from Elite Careers and this video lecture is on mensuration part 1. So let's start with the basic introductory part of mensuration. A branch of mathematics which talks about the length, volume or area of different geometrical shapes is called as mensuration. These shapes exist in 2 dimension or 3 dimension. So whenever you come across problems related to finding out the length, volume or area of different geometrical shapes, then you need to apply the concept of mensuration. Now in this chapter we are going to study how to find out the length, volume or area of different geometrical shapes. So first of all we will start with the 2D object. This is the list of shapes related to 2D object. First shape is square. You can see a square over here. It is a two-dimensional object. In square the side length is same. If we consider the side length of the square as a, then all the side is of a length. Now if we take the area of square, then area of square will be a square, and perimeter means what? Perimeter is the summation of all the side length. As all the side length is a, so perimeter will be 4a. Second shape is rectangle. Rectangle is having length L and width B. So area of the rectangle is length into width, and perimeter of the rectangle will be what? It is the summation of all the sides of the rectangle. So two sides is of length L and two sides is of length B. So total area will, total perimeter will be what? B plus L plus B plus L, and that will be equal to 2 times L plus B. Circle, area of circle is pi r square and perimeter of the circle is nothing but the length of the circumference of the circle, which is equal to 2 pi r. Scalene triangle. Scalene triangle is a triangle whose all the sides are not equal. So the three sides of the triangle are A, B and C. So to find out the area of this scalene triangle, the formula is under root S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. This formula is given over here, where S is what? S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. Perimeter of the triangle, scalar triangle, is what? Sum of the all the sides of the scalar triangle, and that is equal to A plus B plus C. Next is isosceles triangle. A triangle which is having two sides equal is called as isosceles triangle. As you can see in this figure, these two sides is of same length A and there is a different side length B. So total side length will be what? 2 times A plus B, and area of isosceles triangle will be what? Half times base into altitude. Altitude over here is nothing but the height from the apex. Apex is the top point of the triangle to the base. So area of isosceles triangle is half into base into height. Equilateral triangle is a triangle whose all the side lengths are equal. So perimeter will be what? 3 times A, and area of equilateral triangle will be root 3 by 4 A square. Next is right angle triangle. For a right angle triangle, base length is B and height is H, and it is right angle over here. So the height is H and base is B. So area of right angle triangle will be what? Half into base into height. And there is one hypotenuse over here. Let's say that hypotenuse length is L. So perimeter of the right angle triangle will be what? B plus hypotenuse plus height. Next is rhombus. Rhombus is equal to, area of rhombus is equal to half times d1 into d2, where d1 d2 are the length of the diagonals over here as you see in the figure. So you can see first diagonal is AC and second diagonal is BD. So if you take the product of these two diagonal and divide it by 2, you will get the area of rhombus. Also in a rhombus, all the four sides are equal. So perimeter of the rhombus is equal to 4 times the side length. Next is parallelogram. In parallelogram, two lines are parallel to each other. These two lines are parallel and these two lines are parallel to each other. Now, area of the parallelogram is equal to base into height. So let's say that the base length of the parallelogram is B and height will be what? Height will be measured from this corner to the base. So for a parallelogram, this is the height and this is the base. Fine. So base length is B and height is h. So area of the parallelogram will be what? B into h. Perimeter of the parallelogram, in this parallelogram, two sides of same length is L and these two sides of same length is B. So perimeter of the parallelogram will be 2 times L plus 2 times B. Last is trapezium. For trapezium, area is 1/2 of h into a plus b, where a is the top length and b is the bottom length. Now if we take the addition of these two bottom and the top length, these two bottom and the top lengths are nothing but the lengths which are parallel to each other. So and h is the height difference between these two sides, that is side A and side B. So if h is the height and A and B are the length of the two parallel lines, then area of the trapezium is half into height into A plus B. Also perimeter of the trapezium is equal to sum of all the four sides. So sum of all the four sides for the trapezium is A plus B plus C plus D. So these are the chart of area and perimeter of different two-dimensional objects. Now to solve the problems related to mensuration, you need to remember all the formulas which is given over here in this slide. So this is the list of formula for the 2D object. If you want to remember this formula, you can have a snapshot of this in this video. Now let's start with the 3D object. So these are the different 3D objects. 3D objects is having 3 dimensions. First shape is the cube. Volume of the cube will be what? It will be equal to a cube. A is the side length of the cube and all the sides are of A. So volume will be a cube. Lateral surface area is also considered as curved surface area. So the another name of lateral surface area is curved surface area. Now there is no curvature over here in case of cube. So there is no lateral surface area in case of cube. And total surface area is what? The area of all the sides over here. In cube there are total 6 sides. So if we take the summation of all the 6 sides of the cube, and each side is a square in case of cube, and area of square is a square, and there are total 6 square in case of cubes. So total surface area is 6 times a square. Next shape is cuboid. Cuboid is similar to the cube, but all the lengths are different. So there are total 3 dimensions in case of cubes. L is the length, W is the width, and H is the height. So volume of the cuboid will be L times W times H. Now also in the cuboid there are 6 faces, 1, 2, 3. These 3 faces are blue, red, blue, yellow and green. Blue faces are 2 times, yellow faces are also 2 times, top and bottom, and green faces are also 2 times, front and back. So total there are 6 area and 2 areas are of similar types. So there will be total 3 pairs. And the area of all the 6 faces in case of cuboid is 2 times LB plus BH plus HL. Next is sphere, which you can see over here. The volume of the sphere can be given as 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now in a sphere there is a curvature. So lateral surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r square and total surface area is also 4 pi r square. Hemisphere is the half sphere. So the volume of hemisphere will be half of that of the sphere. So volume of the hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cube. Surface area will be half of that of the sphere. So in hemisphere lateral surface area is 2 pi r square. However, you need to remember total surface area of the hemisphere. Total surface area of the hemisphere will be the area of this curvature, that is 2 pi r square, plus the area of this bottom circle. So the area of this bottom circle is pi r square. So the total surface area of the hemisphere is what? 3 pi r square. Cylinder. For a cylinder, volume is pi r square h. Lateral surface area is nothing but the curved surface area. So if we take the curvature over here in this cylinder, so this curvature area is pi 2 times pi RH, and total surface area of the cylinder will be 2 times pi RH plus the area of the top circle and the area of the bottom circle. Now for a cylinder, total surface area is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R square. And this 2 pi R square is the area of the top and the bottom circle of the cylinder. So this is a cylinder over here. Curved surface area is the area of this curvature, and the area of this curvature is 2 pi RH, and the area of the bottom circle and the top circle is pi R square. So if we add the area of top and bottom, that is pi R square, you will get the total surface area is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R square. And last is cone. Volume of the cone is 1/3 of that of the cylinder. So volume of the cone is 1/3 pi R square H. For a cone, there is a curvature over here. So the lateral surface area is nothing but the curved surface area. For a cone, the lateral surface area is pi RL. L is the slant length. R is the radius of the circle at the bottom. So for a cone, R is the radius and L is the slant length over here. So lateral surface area for a cone is pi RL, and total surface area will be the lateral surface area for this curvature and plus the area of this bottom circle. So the area of the bottom circle is pi R square. So total surface area for the cone will be pi R square plus pi R H, pi R L. So total surface area is pi R square plus pi R L. So if we take pi R as common, you will get pi R into R plus L, which is given over here. So this is the list of volume and surface area for different kinds of 3D objects. You also need to remember this formula list, so you can take a snapshot of this to refer it later on for the numerical problems. Now once this is done, we will move to the numerical problems. First problem: in a shower, 2 centimeter of rain falls. Find in cubic meter the volume of water that falls on 6 hectare of ground. Now let's say there is a ground over here. The area of this ground is 6 hectare. On this ground, because of shower, 2 centimeter of rains fall. So the height of the rain which fall on this ground, that height is what? That is of 2 centimeter. So height is over here, which is 2 centimeter, and bottom area is given as 6 hectares. So we need to find out volume. Volume is equal to what? Area into height. Now over here, height of the rainfall is 2 centimeter and area of the bottom ground is given, which is 6 hectare. So volume will be what? Area into height. So area is 6 hectare, that is equal to 60,000 meter square. Now depth is given as 2 centimeter. So 2 centimeter can be converted into meter because we need to keep the volume in meter cube. So every unit should be same. If area is in meter square, then depth should also be in meter. So we need to convert 2 centimeter into meter. So 2 by 100 will be equal to 1 by 50 meter. Now volume is area into depth. So 1 by 50 into 6,000, 60,000 over here, and which is equal to 1200 cubic meter. Next problem. Three cubes of metal whose edges are 2, 3 and 4 centimeter respectively are melted and form into single cube. If there is no loss of metal in the process, find the side length of the new cube. Now in this case, there are total 3 cubes. So these are 3 cubes over here. These are melted. So when you melt this, you will get a certain volume of metal, and with that volume of metal, you are making a single cube. So these 3 cubes are combined to form a single cube. we need to find out the volume of this single cube. So to form this single cube, we need to take the volume of all the three cubes. So volume for the first cube of having edge length 2 is 2 cube. For second cube it is 3 cube, and for third cube it is 4 cube. So the total volume will be what? 2 cube plus 3 cube plus 4 cube, and that is equal to the volume of this new cubes which is formed by the combining 3 cubes. So 2 cube plus 3 cube plus 4 cube is equal to L cube. So L cube is equal to 99 and L will be equal to cube root of 99. Next problem, question 3. The length, breadth and height of a cuboid are increased by 10%, 10% and 20% respectively. Find the percentage increase in its volume. Now let's say that this is a cuboid. In a cuboid, L is length, W is width and H is height. Now length is increased by 10%, width is increased by 10% and height is increased by 20%. We need to find out overall change in the volume, overall increase in the volume. Now the shortcut trick to find out the total percentage change in the volume is given over here by the formula, which is equal to x plus y plus z plus x plus y plus z by 100 plus xyz by 100 square. So x is 10%, y is 10% and z is 20%. So we can keep all the value of xyz in this formula, and therefore we will get the value as 45.2. The other long trick method is, let's say that initially L is 100, B and H, LBH is given. So you can assume this value of LBH as 100 initially. So volume of cuboid will be what? 100 into 100 into 100. So this is the initial volume. Now it has been told that length increased by 10%, width by 10% and height by 20%. So new volume will be 10% of 100 will be 110, 10% of width will be also 110 and height is increased by 20%, so it will be 120. So this is the new volume, 110 into 110 into 120, and this was the original volume, 100 into 100 into 100. So if we take the difference of new volume minus original volume, so you will get new volume minus original volume, and that will be equal to what? Percentage change in the volume. Next problem, question number 4. 66 cubic centimeter of silver is drawn into a wire of 1 mm in diameter. The length of the wire in meters will be question mark. Now in this case, a 66 cubic centimeter of silver is there and it is melted and drawn into a wire of 1 mm in diameter. So in this case we need to equate the volume of cube with the volume of cylinder, because wire is of a cylinder form and the volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Radius of the cylinder is given, that is the radius of wire, which is equal to half mm. As diameter is 1 mm, so radius is half mm. Mm has to be converted into centimeter because volume is given in centimeter cube. So 1 by 2 mm will be equal to 1 by 20 centimeter. Volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. Pi can be taken as 22 by 7. So pi into r square into h is equal to 66. Now we can solve this equation for the value of h. H is the length of the wire, r is the radius of the wire. So the value of h will be equal to 84 centimeter. Length of the wire will be equal to 84 centimeter. Next problem, question number 5. The circular cylinder of equal curved surface area have their heights in the ratio 5:4. Find the ratio of their volume. Now we have two equal curved surface area circular cylinder. Volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. For first cylinder, radius is r1 and height is h1. For second cylinder, the volume is pi r2 square h2, where radius is r2 and height is h2. Pi is get cancelled, so the ratio of volume will be what? R1 square into h1 upon R2 square into h2. Now height ratio is given as 5:4. So let's say that for the first cylinder the height is 5 times x and for the second cylinder it is 4 times x. They have equal curved surface area. The curved surface area of the cylinder is pi rh. So pi r1 into h1 is equal to pi r2 into h2. Pi gets cancelled, so you will get r1 h1 is equal to r2 h2. So r1 into 5x is equal to r2 into 4x, and you will get r1 by r2 is equal to 4 by 5. Now we can keep this ratio of r1 by r2 in the volume equation, that is 4 by 5 can be converted into r1 by r2 square as 16 by 25, and the ratio of the height h1 by h2 is 5x by 4x. So the overall ratio will be equal to what? 4 by 5. Next problem, question number 6. A conical tent is used to accommodate 11 persons. Each person occupy 4 square meter of space on the ground and 220 cubic meter of air to breathe. Find the height of the cone. So we have a conical tent over here. This conical tent is used to accommodate 11 persons. So there are 11 persons in this conical tent. Each person occupies area of 4 square meter. So the area occupied by the one person is 4 square meter and there are total 11 person. So the total area which is occupied by this per 11 person is what? 11 into 4, which is equal to 44 meter square. Now we need to find out the height of the cone. We need to find out this height of the cone. We know that volume of the cone is equal to what? 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now the area occupied by the 11 person will be equal to the area of the floor of the conical tent. Now the area of the floor of the conical tent is a circular area. So the area of this circle is pi r square, and this pi r square is given in the form of area which is occupied by the person. So indirectly this pi r square is given in the question as 44 meter square. So directly we have to take the area as 44 meter square. Also it has been written that this person has 220 cubic meters of air to breathe. So in this case the volume is given. Air occupies in the entire volume of the conical tent. So as the air occupies in the entire volume of the conical tent, the volume of the conical tent is 1 by 3 pi r square h. And in this case volume is 220 meter cube. So this volume is 220 meter cube. And area is indirectly given as the area occupied by the 11 person, and that is equal to 44 meter square. So simply by this formula we can find out the height of the cone. So we have base as r and height as h. So floor area is nothing but the circular area of the cone, and that is equal to 4 into 11, that is area occupied by the 11 person, and which is equal to 44 meter square. So pi r square is equal to 44 and 1 by 3 pi r square h is equal to 220. So comparing these two equations we can find out the value of h, and the value of h turns out to be 15 centimeter. So with this example I will end the part 1 of mensuration. Thanks for watching.